Hey guys, and welcome to another Binding of Isaac Repentance run on my second file. Last time we went all the way to the dark room through a sack teleport and killed Delirium for a very long run. I thought today we'd keep it a little shorter and do a challenge. We've only done 2 challenges so far, so at some point we need to start ticking these off and get some more unlocks, so I figured today was as good a day as any. Head trauma. Kind of an interesting build. You've got Tiny Planet, Soy Milk, Small Rock, and Iron Bar, so kind of an interesting theme. It's honestly kind of a nice build, really. I mean, it is a little strange. You kind of end up getting enemies in kind of a crosshairs a little bit. Troll bombs are a little fun too because, oh my goodness, that is nice. You end up kind of putting them inside the circle of your tears, and you can kind of do some self-harm there. You know, I'm gonna think about that. I'm kind of leaning towards Notched Axe, but I'm gonna do our boss room first. So like a lot of challenges, Head Trauma doesn't include item rooms in the floor layout. So we're not gonna have rooms for passives, but we do have devil deals we can do, angel deals, and shops, of course. Get our scripted cube of meat from our famine fight. Could do some sacrifice room shenanigans, but yeah, you know, I decided I'm gonna go Notched Axe. We don't have to be too stingy with keys. Let's do this. Alright. The whole thing was to get a soul heart, so that ended up working. With this huge range we have, this is kind of funny how far away our Notched Axe is. So Notched Axe can open secret rooms. I don't really actually want that, and I don't have a key to farm for it. So as you can see, with the space bar, with the Notched Axe, you end up just putting it in your hands. Oh my god. Well, we have a crawl space to take a look at. And, I mean, it's not the best item in the world, but it's free. We're going to take Mom's Razor. Mom's Razor is an orbital that does not block shots, but does damage on contact, and it does a bleeding effect. Kind of like how Backstabber does. So anyway, Notched Axe. You touch the active button, it puts the Notched Axe in your hand, and then your attack button, instead of tears, becomes a swing of the Notched Axe. Notched Axe can open secret rooms, it can break, yeah, and it can break rocks, so you can search for crawl spaces and whatnot. We'll talk some more in a sec. The other cool thing about the mechanic is you can kind of freely check. Not hitting anything with the Notched Axe doesn't cost any of the durability. I had a feeling we were going to take a hit there. But all in all, not too bad. Get a soul heart out of that marked rock. One of the interesting things, if you notice how far away the swing is from us, it's because our range stat is so crazy. But yeah, so unlike a lot of actives, Notched Axe uses its charge kind of like a durability, and then once you've used it, all up, you can't use it anymore. You can't recharge it with batteries. We have 0.8 damage. Sorry, we have 0.8 speed, which is awful. is very terrible. And the odd mushroom would make that even worse. We don't have item rooms to find any speed. We're gonna pop that. However, we do kind of want some red health so that we can successfully do some devil deals. Make some plays there. And get a little scrape with our orbital. Magician card is really good. We're gonna definitely take that. I could take a peek in that shop, but we don't really have the resources for it right now. And you know, I'm just gonna go ahead and we're gonna take odd mushroom. We're gonna take ourselves down to 0.6 speed, which is just awful. I wanted the damage, I wanted the HP, so I have decided to do this to myself. We'll see if it was worth it. I'm gonna take myself all the way down to never mind, we've got a blood bag. We have fixed our speed issue pretty much immediately. Got ourselves speed, we got more health. If it wasn't obvious, we're definitely gonna go devil deals. I mean, we're only going to Mom's Foot, so the prospect of generating enough angel deals to make that worth it is pretty low. I mean, there's no reason not to take a rusted key. We'll take it. Duke of Flies. I don't think Duke of Flies is gonna last long. Not with this damage, not with this amount of tears. Goes down without a fuss. Old Bandage, more health. And we get more damage and dark matter, and we might as well take Guppy's Tail. Nothing else to do here, I don't think, so could bomb our way into that challenge room. Actually hold the phone. We don't have to bomb into it. We can just swipe our way into it. Box. Nah, I'm good. I'm good. We could totally do it, and I'm sure it wouldn't be very difficult, but I don't think we have to. Curse of the Maze. We can manage with Curse of the Maze. One of the good things, I think, with this setup, I think we're far enough away with our huge range. We can actually do mushroom farming without risking self-harm from poison clouds. You can, I haven't really demonstrated it at all yet, but you can use notched axe to collect collectibles across gaps, and you can use it in direct combat. So if we find ourselves in a spot where our tiers are having a hard time finding an enemy, we can always switch to notched axe. I will say this, our notched axe doesn't do a lot of damage because we have soy milk. So. Yeah, let's do it. Get dead cat. Dead cat with 4 heart containers. I mean, I think we're taking it. I think we're definitely taking it. I just kind of wish we didn't have so much health to throw away on the pickup. So what I think I'll do is, as cumbersome as it might be, I'm going to complete the floor. See if we get ourselves a devil deal proc. If we do, we'll make our deal, then return. If we don't, I'll probably just come back and take 9 lives. There's really no reason not to. Curse of the Maze says you don't get to enjoy the fruits of that secret room. Not until you backtrack anyway. That would be over here. And here we find... For sure, we find Magic Mush, I'm assuming. Just have to. With all these opportunities. Bunch of pills to try. These two look the same, but I think they're actually... Okay. Well, game wants me to have health, apparently. Haven't found our shop yet. Haven't found... Oop. Haven't found our boss. Ooh, got him stunned. Let's take a look over here. Whole lot of nothing. Yeah, if we get anybody in close range, we're definitely gonna do notched axe attack, but definitely out of the challenges, this head trauma is really not... I don't know if I'd call it a challenge. It's kind of just like a... Well, just play around with a bunch of items we gave you and see if you can beat Mom's foot, which really shouldn't be a big deal, I mean. But Penny actually isn't bad because it does kind of act as almost a light petrified poop. Super Ball. Could do that. Get some bouncing tears. I think that does end up working occasionally. Yeah, I do see some here and there. But we're going to keep Rusted Key because we have Guppy's Tail. Guppy's Tail is going to make a lot of chests. Rusted Key is going to change some of those drops into keys for us, so that should work well to counterbalance the lack of keys that Guppy's Tail usually gives you. Little baggy. Not really interested. I'm going to go ahead and take the Soul Heart. We'll bomb for deal chance. Hopefully we get a Devil Deal. I would like to use some of this health before we end up dropping it for the 9 lives. The dead cat pickup, I should say. Let's see what we got in this room. Wretched. Well, provided I don't do anything silly, like stand in the wrong place, like that, we should be relatively easily taking care of Wretched. Alright, take care of these spiders. See if we luck out. We do not get synth oil. I'm still gonna go back and do what I said. I'm going to take Dead Cat. We might as well. We lose all those heart containers, but honestly, it's fine. Oh, actually, as luck would have it, that's another mechanic. You can open a mimic chest without taking damage. Notched Axe is honestly a really good a really good item. There are a lot of times where it loses out to better... I don't think we need that. It loses out to better actives, but you can't really sleep on Notched Axe. If you don't have like a decent active item, you find it in the shop, don't just write it off. It can definitely save runs. You can get consumables you can't normally reach. You can search for secret rooms. You get melee damage. I mean, it's really good. Well, let's move on. Might as well check there. Nope. Got another Curse of the Maze here. Alright. Magic Mush. No such luck. You guys sure are tanky when you hide. But you can't hide forever. Secret room? Yes, indeed. Well, we can clear these out of the way if we want. I'm gonna bomb for deal chance. Hit that marked rock. Might as well. Let's see. Whoop. Yeah, I mean, a 16 fire rate and 1.74 damage. I mean, doesn't seem like a challenge to me. Seems like a one run. Could use some of our money in there since we don't have a ton of opportunity to use it, but we'll wait and see what our shop holds. Would have been kind of fun to see what this run would have been if instead of the notched axe I had taken member card instead. Could have gotten some really crazy stuff. As easy as this run is, you can argue and say perhaps a run with the member card would have been even more broken. Alright. Build's definitely good for enemies like this. You don't even have to aim, you just kind of get in the general area of the enemy. Curse of the Maze is going to jump us around a little bit. And boy, we do have a pretty large floor here. We got 2 extra large rooms. This one being a dead end, unfortunately. Oh, another thing you can do. I'll show it off. You can open doors and make an escape out of a room. I mean, really, it's kind of funny. Notched axe just is one of those items that I do the same thing. I just kind of pass on it. I'm just like, I don't need that. But really, it is one of those actives that has a lot of uses. It's like a little Swiss Army knife for an active almost. I mean, I guess the only thing it doesn't do is it doesn't make HP for you, but I mean, at the same time, you can break all the marked rocks you find as long as you kind of utilize your durability. You don't just spam it as a melee weapon. So, we're not getting that magic mush luck today. That's not a very appealing shop. Nah, I mean, ladder, it's not bad. Oh, we're already capped on Devil Deal Chance. I did not pay attention to that. Yeah, let's head this way. Yeah, ladder, I mean, one of the benefits of the ladder is you can get consumables that you can't normally reach, but I mean, honestly, Notched Axe is kind of doing that for us in most cases, so I don't really think we need that. You guys were a little unpredictable there. Oh, school bag, very nice. So now, regardless of what we find, we can definitely take Notched Axe with us. Yeah, let's go. Carrion Queen, not bad. Not with this build. We're gonna kind of be able to wrap around and get some damage in, where normally we would have difficulty. Could use a bomb, but honestly, we're handling it pretty well just with our tears. Gonna make a trip around the room in her final death throes. Get her tears up. Man, we're at 20. Alright. Oh, and if I'm not mistaken, get our first Krampus fight. I think this is the first Krampus fight of this file. I would absolutely love if you drop Coal. But you do not. You drop Hev Krampus. Well, normally Head of Krampus, it's unfortunate to see. Oh my god, yeah, we're not doing that. I mean, we could. We're kind of spamming the whole room. You know what? Just for the laughs, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna take it. Ouroboros is not an item you ever really take. I may regret this, but I think it's gonna be kind of funny. We're basically just a walking death cloud at this point. If we didn't have 9 lives and a bunch of the other resources we have, I'd probably hold off, but the one thing that's going to be a real pain is going to be this host. Alright, sir. You can open up anytime. Use my orbital to take you out. Now, our range on the Notched Axe is going to be like just bonkers now. Because we've gotten a bunch of range ups and we have Ouroboros now. Yeah, we're not aiming. We just kind of jump into the room and then hit the fire button, and then our tears build up and destroy. I didn't cover it at all, but Krampus's head. It's a 4-way brimstone shot. 3-room charge. It did get a major buff in, I don't really remember what patch that was, but one of the patches, it took the charge down. It used to be, if I remember right, I think it was a 4-room charge. So we could do options to double the items in the room that doesn't spawn, but I don't think we'll do that. I think, you know, I think it might be there. It might not be, though. Oh, come off of that. Oh. Well, I just found a mechanic I'm not very fond of that I just noticed. So I was on, we got school bag, and I accidentally switched off of the notched axe to Krampus's head, and I had notched axe active, so I was switched over to it like this, and I was hitting the spacebar trying to put notched axe away, but it wasn't working because I wasn't on notched axe, so I do have to be careful of that. Alright, we're gonna stand in this room, we're gonna dodge, and we're just gonna hold the fire button, and our swarm of tears will inevitably cause the demise of gluttony. Super gluttony, I should say. Gonna take Mr. Dolly to get a whopping 27.5 tears and more range. I'm not interested in going down to 0.7 speed, so we'll leave Lard on the floor. Yeah, you know, I'm not sure what I was expecting with Ouroboros. I thought it was going to be a little, like, terrible, actually. But it's not usually a very useful trinket. Everybody kind of never takes it, but in this case, it's pretty nice. I have no idea how I'm getting so lucky with these crawl space spawns. This is crazy. Oh my god. We get a Tech X in a random crawl space. So we've broken the build completely. We have completely broken this build. We are no longer doing the mechanic of head trauma. Now we just have a massive tier rate, auto fire, spectral, Tech X fire. This is just the best case scenario. We are on easy mode, and it counteracts the negative effects of Ouroboros too. I mean, I don't believe Ouroboros is really doing much for us right now. Let's have a look. Ouroboros is giving us a fire rate up with no downside right now. So yeah, we're doing what we were doing before. We're entering a room, we're spraying down the room, we're going to the next room. Just like that. Alright, and let's see what our boss is. Cage. We'll hit you with Krampus headshot. I haven't talked about it much, but just for fun, I did find that magician card. I know I'm just going to keep it in my pocket, and we'll use it for the mom's foot fight. Alright, we've arrived at our target floor. Boy, if I remember correctly, this is actually our first time finding Tech X. This is the first time this file has ever seen it. Not bad. Not too bad at all. Fish head, not something we're interested in. We don't make flies, so don't really have any use. I'll pop that, why not? We're gonna run out of keys. Honestly, not even worried. At this point, I'm just gonna cruise until I find the boss room. Greed fight, no problem. Down you go. grab a few things that we're not really going to use, and let's move on. Yep. We're melting everything. I gotta love it. Alright. Don't need that. Here we are. Might as well see what this card is. Justice. Not really useful, but all good. Let's finish her up. Hit the Magician. Now we've got a homing Tech X with a Krampus headshot for the added damage. Let's just melt it. Yeah, let's take a peek in the Devil Deal just for fun. We'll get a Rotten Baby. We'll get a False PhD. And that's a GG. And we get AWAS. You know, I gotta say that's kind of fitting. For it was almost a premonition. All those crawl spaces we found. We get the rune that is going to give us crawl spaces. You can't make it better than that. So I'm gonna leave it there. Thank you very much for watching, and peace.